Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis. And today we are going to be talking about Ripple and XRP, as well as the vast majority of crypto and finance. We are going to put a spotlight on Quant as well, because on my most recent video, I seen Crypto Reaper 7680 respond and say, one of your best episodes, bro. First off, thank you. And then he also said, I'd love to hear more about how API integration works. Now, this is because of what we recently seen with the BIS, Quant, and the Bank of England and how they completed their first CBDC exploration project together. This was exploring the use of APIs for retail central bank digital currencies. Now, yes, I get it, right? CBDCs are the devil and CBDCs are this and that and whatever, right? And although, yes, I don't really like retail CBDCs at all, it is inevitable, right? So we might as well get rich off of the technologies that are tied to these CBDCs because they're going to happen whether you like it or not. Central banks, they always win. And when we look at the BIS, they are one of the largest organizations out there in terms of the central banks. And here we have Quant working with the Bank of England and the BIS on this exploration of APIs. Now, the interesting thing about this is that this is centered out on over 30 use cases. It's centered out on CBDC payments, settlement, and a lot more. What's wild about this is that we've been talking about this for a while with Quant, and for those that are kind of confused on how this API integration works, don't worry, we will go in depth on it, but it's something that I've been mentioning since going all the way back to 2021 when I first started talking about Quant. Now, here we have from Ledger Insights, BIS, Bank of England complete blockchain DVP settlement test using RTGS. This goes all the way back to April of this year. This is months before this announcement on June 19th. The reason why I bring this up is because everyone is kind of looking past these past explorations with the BIS and even the Bank of England. And what's crazy about this is that the Bank of England has been trying to upgrade their RTGS system for a while. And remember, as we look at the Bank of England, for an example, right? They have been a key player around crypto and crypto adoption. In fact, the UK itself has been very adamant about becoming a crypto hub. What's crazier about all of this is that if you go back in time and you look at the Bank of England and a lot of the PDF files and documents around their RTGS system and upgrading it, a lot of it does include DLT as well as Ripple, which again is why I focus on Ripple quite a bit. But also, remember that this was centered out on synchronization solutions. That synchronization solution was talking about Ripple, utilizing XRP. So again, this is why I focus on what Ripple's doing with the Bank of England as well. And they're focused on $2.2 trillion per day, by the way, in terms of FX settlement through this bank, or I should say through the RTGS system within the UK. So it's a very, very large market. This is also why I said to focus on things outside of the US as well, because the US is not the largest market. I mean, it's one of the largest, but it's not, the largest. So make sure to pay attention to some of these big names like, for an example, the Bank of England with the UK. And also, I did say the recent announcement from the BIS solidifies what we have been saying for years now, an API gateway that could interlink existing systems to the systems of tomorrow. Many write off interoperability as a huge use case, but when you have a platform being the gateway to systems that settle trillions per day, it's a big deal. A network of networks that we have never experienced in history. This is why I focus on QNT heavily, because the future is digital, but it's also connected. It's a crucial piece of the puzzle. And yeah, we won't get that connection in terms of the digital world without interoperability at the heart of it. This is also why I said that Quant is becoming the core infrastructure for this new financial system to actually become a reality. This is also why I say many individuals out there will get caught off guard, and in fact, they will be shocked by what's happening around our financial system. It will be too late for some people to get in on this. I shouldn't even say some, most, right? Because I always say like the new 1% will be made through a lot of these assets, because these assets are tied to some of the largest initiatives out there within this restructuring of our financial system. Now, I did say this new announcement talks about security settlement, trade finance, and so much more. We have been talking about XRP, XDC, XLM, HBAR, Casper, and so many incredible utility projects forever now. One thing I've made clear is that for these projects to be successful, you need to interlink them with the traditional systems. The recent exploration project with the BIS, Quant, and the Bank of England confirmed that interoperability is solved through APIs. It's only a matter of time. And although, yes, like this is still an exploration, it's not a fully live project yet, it still confirms that we have interoperability solved, and this could be through these APIs, meaning every single solution that we've talked about in terms of like trade finance, digitization, and tokenization with XDC or XinFin, cross-border payments with Ripple utilizing XRP, or even Stellar with XLM, and all of the use cases tied to Hedera, and the enterprise use cases tied to Casper, and so many other great projects. All of this can be unlocked through Quant. And here you guys have the API talk that I did talk about in that video. But then over here, you have the Quant system opening doors to the blockchain economy. Again, this is Overledger. And then you do see down here like tokenized funds and alternative assets, tokenized deposits, create next generation payment systems, build multi-DLT applications, connect to multiple enterprise systems. This is literally everything around crypto tech. One platform, less complexity, more freedom. This could also be that unified ledger technology as well. This could easily plug and play with the unified ledger that they want to create. This is Overledger flows, Overledger APIs, Quant smart tokens, and then you also have multi-chain. Over here, you have all the blockchains tied to this. Bitcoin, Ethereum, Hyperledger BoE, XRP, Polygon, Polkadot, XDC, Hyperledger Fabric, and even Avalanche. Now, the big thing is, I know that a lot of you are going to say, where's Hedera? Where's Casper? Where's this? Where's that? Well, Hyperledger BoE, Hyperledger Fabric. These are the crucial ones, right? So again, when we look at what's happening around these projects, a lot of big things are happening. So we need to pay attention to these news articles, because they do kind of give us an insight on what's really happening. And you got to read, past what the article is saying. You have to go back and look at these documents and understand what these documents are telling you. Because again, this platform is crucial. This Quant Overledger platform is crucial, in my opinion, to connecting the traditional players to these new systems. And by the way, Quant already has ISO TC307 tied to it, which is the blockchain ISO standard for, creating the world's first blockchain agnostic API gateway. Meaning, guess what? The standardization's already there. They're already a big player around this. And also, if you scroll down, you can see, like, true to Quant's principles, Overledger is interoperable, secure, programmable, easy to use, resilient, adaptable. And by the way, the API gateway, it's a 3-line code integration. They don't even need to change anything in terms of the tech stack behind their systems. It's an instant plug and play through 3 lines of code, and anyone can run it. You don't even need to be a developer to run this this platform. That's how crazy this is, and how easy it is to utilize this. And once you're connected to the Overledger platform, you're immediately connected and able to utilize any of these major technologies. And like I said, Hyperledger BoE and Hyperledger Fabric have connections to hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of blockchain technologies out there. So again, this is the key to it all. Now, also, I focus on this because in the UK, this is from the Bank of England, the renewed RTGS service key benefits. When you look at this, this is talking about enhancing payment technology, changing the payments landscape, if you will. Also within this, they do talk about ISO 20022, right? So as we look at ISO 20022, and I know that a lot of people have been saying like it's 20022. I'm just going to tell you guys, I say it ISO 20022. It's so much easier. But also within this, we do see global harmonization to enhance cross-border payments, higher resilience through improved interoperability between systems, more effective screening for fraud and money laundering. They do talk more about, increasing efficiency, processing, reducing cost, all that kind of stuff. Now, the key here is that, yes, they just recently upgraded to ISO 20022. But if you look down here, application programming interfaces, APIs, will provide richer access to payment and liquidity data, which will enable smoother payments processing and more automated liquidity management. APIs are the key here. APIs are going to be crucial to this. And in my opinion, again, this is how they will connect to Ripple technology with XRP. And also, by the way, as we do look at Ripple, we know that Ripple is working with Quant on the UK's Digital Pound Foundation, which is a think tank organization around UK CBDC, which again solidifies Ripple's standing within the UK government and the UK economy. But also, ISO 20022 is crucial to focus on. I know that a lot of people have said like ISO 20022 means nothing. Don't worry, we'll talk about that in this video as well. Also, the European Central Bank, ECB, successful launch for a new T2 wholesale payment system. It's kind of comical that they're on T2. We know that Ripple actually has solved T0, which again, like these RTGS systems, they're still outdated even though they are upgrading still. But all of this is still centered out on ISO 20022. I love to see these RTGS systems Upgrading, because again, their focus is on making these as efficient as possible. And how do you do that? Well, you achieve T0 settlement. How do you do that? Well, you go through initiatives within this entire space, like what Ripple is doing with XRP. And I do think that's only a matter of time. Again, all of this is centered out on harmonized approaches. How can we get harmonization of these payment systems? That's why when we look at ISO 20022, it's crucial for this. Also, a key player around this is Volante Technologies. Here we have from Volante. Remember, I just recently made a video on this as well, going back to the end of May. Trusted by over 150 financial businesses worldwide, some of the largest out there like Citi, BNY Mellon, Goldman Sachs, etc. Also, they are 4 out of the top 5 global corporate banks are Volante customers. 66% of U.S. commercial deposits powered by Volante. 60% acceleration in time to market with Volante payments as a service. 4 out of the top 10 banks in Mexico are Volante customers as well. And here we have accelerate digital transformation and payments modernization with our low-code platform. Again, all of this is centered out on how can we make payments as efficient as possible. And also, here you guys have a great statement. Volante has helped us reduce SWIFT processing time from hours to seconds so that our customers can receive international funds within a near immediate settlement instance, even as the volume of requests continue to grow. Wild. Again, this is the key player here. And now, I know what you guys are going to say. Are they using Ripple? Ripple is a possibility. You could utilize Ripple within their platform. If you actually look at their solutions and look at some of the areas here, like real-time payments. I don't know if they directly mentioned Ripple on this one. They kind of changed their website since the last time that I've actually looked at this. But I believe that Ripple is mentioned still on Volpay. If we actually go over here to Volante's Volpay, under this is where you can probably see direct connection to Ripple. So yeah, here's Swift, GPI, Ripple, Visa, B2B, and more. So yes, Ripple is still exposed to them. They are processing about $1.4 trillion per day. By one single customer, by the way. This isn't their total amount. This is just by one customer itself. But the reason why I bring Volante up still and continue to bring Volante up still is because they still have a lot of exposure to Ripple, or I should say Ripple has a lot of exposure to them technically. And going all the way back to 2021, we do see like Ripple client Volante Technologies joins Fed Reserve's FedNow payments pilot. Again, this was in 2021. Here you guys have the update around that. And just recently, back in 2022, March, Volante Technologies launches first unified service for FedNow and TCH RTP. I think now they're actually working directly with the Federal Reserve on FedNow and making that become a reality. And the reason why I bring that up is because when we go over here to Volante's ISO 20022 service, quickly compose ISO 20022 based solutions with the power of low-code technology, again, centered out on low-code technology, because again, like they want to make this as efficient and as smooth as possible. That's why the Quant low-code 3 lines of code solution, the API gateway, is crucial. 70% less time to build ISO 20022 based services, 200 plus financial message formats, OOTB, 20 plus auto transformations, and 0 specialized skills. Adopt and drive revenue with ISO 20022. Again, this kind of really just talks about it and the innovation behind this messaging standard. Remember that this messaging standard is not like the end all be all, but it is still a very crucial piece of the puzzle, because when we go back in time, I even said it on Twitter when I talked a little bit about Volante. This tweet blew up, which was wild, but I said if you follow Ripple and XRP, you might want to read the following. So we all know Volante, right? You know, the same Volante that works with 125 banks, financial institutions, market infrastructures, clearinghouses, and corporate treasuries in 35 countries. Oh, also the same Volante that solutions and services process millions of transactions and trillions in value every single day, powering 4 of the top 5 corporate banks, 40% of all U.S. commercial bank deposits, and 70% of worldwide card traffic. Well, this is what they have to say about Ripple in their guide to banks and financial institutions regarding ISO 20022 migration. And this was their guide to banks and financial institutions. A guide for them. What's even crazier is that Volante recently extended their collaboration with Citi for global ISO 20022 migration. The dots have been getting connected with Citi and Ripple ever since the Medico acquisition. I find this very interesting. And here you guys have that document where they are talking about this ISO 20022 and how it goes beyond just compliance with a SWIFT or market infrastructure mandate. What do you see down here? Sitting at the heart of that change will be ISO 20022. The standard will bring together disparate systems, standards, and methods from across the globe and tie them together. No greater example of this can be found than in that of Ripple. The perennial Swift competitor announced in May of 2020 that it would join the ISO 222 standards body as its first member based on DLT. Absolutely wild. No greater example of this can be found in that than of Ripple. Remember, Volante is a crucial piece of the puzzle for this global initiative around real-time payments and payment technology, but also they have a direct connection with Ripple. Ripple's exposed already to UK. They're exposed to Brazil. They're exposed to major areas around the world already. They are a global company now, and they are pioneering crypto technology. To me, why all of this is crucial, why all of this information is so crucial, is because we know that with the recent announcement with Quant, the BIS, and the Bank of England, we have achieved interoperability, a massive obstacle holding back a lot of this initiative taking place, but also it's a direct connection to all of these DLTs to finally have them plug and play within the global system. Things are happening in real time, and the major steps are being taken. This is why I focus on this. And this is everything that we have been waiting for. And I know that this has been taking some time. And we still have some time. Listen, we're still years away from like a global disruption from DLT. We are getting closer every single day. And we are so damn close now. I would argue that within the next 2-4 years, give or take, that big systems, and I mean very large systems out there, are going to be going live with DLT technology. And again, I really focus on the big areas that are making the moves, the big moves as well, like the UK for an example. So with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, set notifications on because more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and send for Discord down in the description below. This was up to you all. Have a beautiful day or a beautiful night wherever you guys are on this video. That's been Nick. Peace out, guys.